Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we've just exited the arrivals and departure lounges areas of the Paphos airport, and we're now circling around the perimeter, and we're going to head off to downtown Paphos. So this is the route that most people will take if they are in a car, or perhaps in a taxi, or on one of the tour operator buses. The journey time, depending on the traffic, will take us between, should we say, 15 and 20 minutes, and we're going to drive to the Tomb of the Kings area, to the Paphos Mall roundabout. So at that roundabout there, if you understand, not far to the Hotels Road, and of course a lot of people are checking in to the area on the Tomb of the Kings, and of course Paphos Mall is a great reference point. So for those of you who want to enjoy the route, sit back, kick off the flip-flops, and perhaps pour yourself something cold or hot, alcoholic or not. If your name's Miss Andrea, well, it'll be a cherry Pepsi Mac. Absolutely terrible stuff. If it's me, well, I've got a nice coffee, and I'm going to say very, very big thank you to the gentleman who wants this video made especially for him. This is your special video, and I am drinking one of your coffees. This video is from Paphos Airport to Paphos Mall roundabout and the Tomb of the Kings area, and if you come back for the next video, we'll go from the Tomb of the Kings area, the Paphos Mall roundabout, and we will mosey on down to Kisonica. We'll actually take a right by the Harmony restaurant across to a very big hotel on the left hand side, and that will be the Harmony Apartments. So this gentleman is planning on coming down to Paphos, and he wants to know the route so that he'll know exactly where he's going, whether he's on foot, whether he's running, or whether he's perhaps borrowed a car, stolen a car, or perhaps even rented a car. So sit back and relax, and we'll go and check in with the breakfast crew and see what is going on. Sitting right next to me is a superstar, the girl in charge of most things on the channel, known as Marika and me, and her name is Dayman, and she's coming to Paphos next week. And you never know, Dayman, if you fancy a lift from the airport, well, you'll let us know, and you might get that special lift. There's plenty of room in the trunk, in the boot, for you, I'm sure. We'll kick the pain boys out, that's what we'll do. We'll make them hang on for dear life. I'll put a roof rack on. I've got some roof bars at home, so Jeremy and Simon, get ready to hang on for your dear life. And I'll drive a bit faster just to make it that little bit more difficult for you. So this is the road from Paphos Airport that links us to what we're going to refer to as the Old Airport Road. And at the end of the intersection where we join, we are going to take a left and head towards Paphos town. If you went right, well, you'd go towards Mandrea and Anarita villages, and if you kept going, you'd go out towards the Aphrodite Rocks, towards the Secret Valley Resort, and of course out to the Aphrodite's Resort, which both of those are golf resorts, by the way. So a spectacular day today, if you're wondering. I'm pretty sure most people can understand that there's one or two clouds in the sky, but it's pretty blue. The sea, I promise you, is turquoisey blue. Mr. Paul, he's dressed head to toe in blue, so all that's actually missing is you. So why not get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Cyprus, and Paphos in particular, is quite simply waiting for you. And it is a spectacular day, by the way. You know, if you're wondering what the temperature is, perhaps if your name is Miss Dawn, you got a husband called Mr. Shaw, you got a very, very lovely little Cypriot cat called Miss Daisy, and a very, very clever dog called Mr. Bobo. Well, the temperature today is in and around 22 degrees. That's the high for the day, and it's just about perfect. And I hope when you venture over to Kos next week, I hope the weather is just as good, because of course it's not actually that far away from us, and of course it's just up the road, one of the Greek islands, and you're going to have a great holiday. And we forgive you for going, by the way, because we understand that you're coming back to Paphos in September. So we're looking forward to seeing you again. And of course September, wow, one of the best months, to be honest. The temperature will be absolutely perfect. It'll be just starting to cool down. The sea will be blue. Everything will be perfect, and we will chichotchki dance the downtown Cape of Paphos promenade with you. that's for sure. So we have taken a left, as you may have noticed. This is the village of Timmy, and on our right hand side behind this car park is the village itself. And on a Sunday they have a Sunday market. Get yourself down here from about 7 o'clock, and normally, well, they start packing up at around 1, but there's a few stalls lingering around till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, especially the peak of summer, because of course as it gets busier, well, there's more money to be made, shall we say. The market operates all year round. Even in torrential rain, you do get the odd brave market trader that likes to come out. One of the nice things about Cyprus, if you notice on the left hand side there, is fresh fruit sellers. So a lot of these people have got their own fields, and they've got watermelons, and there's a Ferrari coming the other way. That's a person with a couple of bob. I'll have to go and chase them down and give them a business card. Anyway, back to the fruitness and the freshness. Most of the fruit that you see in the supermarkets and in these stalls on the side of the road is literally grown very, very locally. I mean, literally next door to you. You've got apples and oranges and pomegranates and grapes. These are the things I've got in my back garden. Yes, pomegranates, yes, we have. We've got tangerines, we've got big oranges, we've got apples, we've got lemons, and we've got our own grapevines. So if you want a bottle of wine, you drop it in the comments, $4.99 or so, and I'll go and put my dirty, smelly feet into a little box and stamp those grapes especially for you. And we'll get a little badge on it saying Marika and me. I'm sure my cousin King James up in Scotland, who's a graphic designer, I'm sure he'll make up a few labels for the bottles, and I'm sure the superstar known as Princess Dali will bottle it all up, and Queen Kyrene, that's his wife, and of course Princess Dali's mum, will pop the corks in. So if you want a bottle of Marika and me wine, drop it in the comments, and we'll do some especially for you. Now, there's a petrol station coming up. Let's have a look and see what's the price of fuel today. €1.45.9, so that's €1.46 per litre. So in pounds, British pounds, that's working out about £1.30 a litre. If we're in dollars, because there's a few people who like to watch us from America, including Miss Yvonne, who lives in downtown Paphos, and she's originally from New York. Yes, she's a native New Yorker, as that song goes. Anyway, that's about $1.70, isn't it? So, on that note, if you're wondering how the channel is funded, well, somebody has got to come up with the benzene to go in the tank, hasn't it? And that somebody is you. So, if you click through to our About page, you'll find a little thing called Buy Me a Coffee, and it's very, very much appreciated if you click through and hit that button once or twice, and perhaps buy us a coffee or two. We'll put it in the tank, and we'll continue to make these videos especially for you. And if you want a special video, like the gentleman who's having this video made especially for him, well, you click through and you buy us 5 coffees or thereabouts, and we will make a special video especially for you on the route that you want to go, or perhaps to the restaurant or the bar that you want to see. So, Alexia, I think that's how you pronounce it. And again, along here, I'll warn you now, do not be tempted to put your foot down on that gas pedal, because the boys in blue are often waiting along this stretch of road especially for you. And they've also got these little speed vans now. They park them up, and they're, well, a little bit incognito. There's not much signage on them, and they hide them a little bit. And of course, they're taking pictures of the cars as they come whizzing up and down, and they're noting your speed, whether you've got a seatbelt on or not, and whether you're talking on a mobile phone. So, and they used to have 2 in Paphos district, and now they've bought 2 more, so now they've got 4. So what does that tell you? That tells you that business is very good, and the rumour has it that they're going to buy 2 more. And each district is buying more and more of them, so each district is clicking away and taking more pictures and making more and more money. So stick to the speed limits. I always say to everyone, in Paphos, on most roads, the speed limit is 50, and it tricks you because back there was 50, 65, and now it's 80, you see. So these cars coming the other way forget, and as they hit the 50, wow, they're still doing, shall we say, 70. And that little van takes a picture of you, and then a little man with a computer pushes a button, and he sends a ticket through to your address, and you have to go on the internet and send some money to the government. Same all over the world, that's how it works. So please, please, well, save yourself the hassle and the grief, stick to the speed limits, and as I say, travel around Paphos at around about 60 kilometers an hour. You won't get a picture taken, and no man will push a button, and no ticket will come to you, and you won't have to waste your time or your money on paying anything to a government or two. So here we are, we're now coming to a little roundabout. If you were to go left here, you go down a Cato Paphos and down towards what we call the Hotels Road, which of course is Posidonis Avenue. So if you're in a beachside hotel, that's the way that you would go. But we're going to keep going, and we're going to go straight through the first area is Yetaskipu, and we're going to come to what was formerly known as the Debenhams roundabout, but now it's not, because they closed the Debenhams. It then became ERA. Now it's not, they closed that down, and now they're going to knock it all down, and they're going to build a 27-story apartment block. So we'll call that roundabout the 27-story roundabout when they built it, or we'll give it the name of the apartment block or whatever it might be. So stick with us, and you never know, you might get to learn your way around downtown Paphos. Now, if your name is Lady so sweet Caroline, get your bottom on a memory foam pillow, because you may have noticed that the camera is starting to jolt around, and of course the road surfaces in and around Paphos are, wow, Sherlock Holmes is what they are. And if you're new to the channel and you're wondering what Sherlock Holmes means, well, there's an S and a H in it, isn't there? But that's not standing for Sherlock Holmes, no. And there's also an I and a T. So Sherlock Holmes means S-H-I-T. And if it gets worse than that, well, we go to Charles Dickens. No, that's Andrew Mark's words, isn't it? We go all the way straight through to William Shakespeare. And if it gets worse than that, we go to Geoffrey Chaucer. So Chaucerian English. Can't get any worse than that, can it? Even worse English than my English. Here we are, downtown Yetaskipu. You may have noticed it's pretty quiet because, well, what can I say? It's actually May Day. I'll let you into a little secret. There we are. So most people are dancing down the Cato Paphos promenade and harbour area, and of course sunbathing on a beach. Yeah, because the temperature is around about 22 degrees. So that's not too bad, is it? You can certainly get a suntan or two. Benjamin, who's in downtown Paphos, commented the other day that he arrived, and of course he was watching the weather last week and it was a bit chopsy-mopsy, but on his first day he managed to get, well, sunburn. So go and get yourself some after sun, and be very, very careful. You know, we all have this dream to get ourselves this golden brown and lovely tanned and so forth, isn't it? But of course, take it easy, because you're going to get a suntan whether you like it or not, because even I've got a suntan that I don't go out sunbathing. So be careful, do not overdo it on those first couple of days, because if you do, well, you're going to spend the rest of your week, or even perhaps the rest of your whole day, in pain, in agony, and sunburn is not nice. So please, please make sure you put plenty of high sun factor on, and please, please, moderation is the word, isn't it? Moderation, because you're going to get brown, that's for sure. Here we are, coffee shops coming up. That's Coffee Brands, not a bad coffee shop, but not my favourite. My favourite is up in the top of Paphos, right at the top of the Soy Road, just as you turn off for Tremathusa and Tower. And of course, last week I bumped into a superstar, and his name was Mr. Philip, and he lives up in Kamaras Village, and he's got an Indian wife, and her name is Sita, I think. I think the pronunciation is good, although he'll probably tell me that it's gone back to the Sherlock Holmes. There we are. Can't believe it. That light was on green. Did you see that, Miss Andrea? I'm shocked. The lights are on green today. So, downtown Yetaskipu, and we're going to keep on going. And as I say, we're going to come to the former Debenhams roundabout. At that roundabout, we're going to go straight, and we're going to go through central Paphos, and we're going to come to a set of traffic lights, and we're going to take a left and go downhill. At that left, that's Kennedy Square, and that's sort of where the old town commences. So you get to see an awful lot in this video, won't you? And we're literally driving from Paphos Airport through central Paphos, and we're going to drop down to the Paphos Mall roundabout, where I'm going to say arrivederci, au revoir, goodbye. Yes, there we are. See, I'm multilingual, not. I know the odd word in the odd language, and that's about it. So, big shout out to some of the superstars who do keep coming back again and again. Viking Ronnie, thanks very much for joining us. Ronnie Miller, again, the Chief Superintendent, thanks very much for joining us. The twins, Double Trouble, Double Pleasure, Couple of Pains. Lord Simon and Lord Jeremy, thank you very much. Miss Justine, my JJ Tonic, she always tickles me and makes me laugh. Mr. Andy, her partner in crime, and of course my little mate Ollie the dog. Who else have we got? Well, we've got another superstar who comes back, well, now and again, so I'm told. And of course her name is Miss Ellie, and hopefully her dog, Mr. Barney, has recovered from being tampered with. Let's hope so. A big shout out to Lord Richard, and of course the beautiful Julie Nash, and of course my little mate, who's not that little, the Viscount Mr. Leo. And we're looking forward to seeing you hopefully towards the end of the summer. Most of these people come back to Cyprus, and well, we're truly humbled that they choose to hunt us down and they choose to spend a little bit of time with us, and hopefully we can keep them entertained, because I promise you they really keep us entertained. And we are humbled, and if you want to bump into us, if you want to meet us, drop it in the comments, and well, we'll come and find you, that's for sure. Yesterday I had the great pleasure to go and have a coffee with a lady known as Anna Starr, our superstar, the greatest lawyer in downtown Poland. Met her husband, Mr. Tomas, great guy, and he's going to give me all sorts of therapies. And of course their son, a spectacular young man, and a very clever young man indeed, Mr. Bart. And I hope that from now on us three are friends for life. And his English, what can I say? Anna's English was very good. Tomas's English was very good. But Mr. Bart's English, well, his English, well, it was up there. He was fluent, I would say, and he also speaks 4 other languages fluently as well. So to be honest, us English people, British people, should hold our heads in shame. But luckily for us, most of the world has quite a good command of English. So luckily for us, we don't have to trouble ourselves, shall we say. Wow, all the lights are going to green today. Where are we now? Downtown Paphos, that's where we are. I always refer to this as the, well, municipality area where all the government offices are and that kind of thing. And then you've got the former president from 1974, I think it was, Archbishop Macarius. That's his statue over there on the right hand side. Over here you've got an archaeological museum with lots of old relics that you can come down and have a look at. What have we got over here coming up? We've got a couple of banks. We've got Atlantic Insurance if you want some insurance for your motor car or for your house or your health insurance. And luckily, like I say, don't take this road now as a norm. We are on a bank holiday Monday, 1st of May, as I've said, and it's pretty quiet except for the coffee shops. Most people are moseying on down at their mums and dads or on the beach and that kind of thing, because most times of the day this road is very busy indeed. But I chose this route to show you, shall we say, the straightest route down from the Paphos airport into central Paphos and down to the Paphos Mall roundabout, which is where this video is going to conclude. And just coming up down here was the ex-CETA offices. You know, if you're trying to pay your CETA bill, don't come here anymore, because they have closed that branch down, and now the CETA office is in the new Neon Mall of Paphos. So that's just down from Uptown McDonald's. So Limassol roundabout, come down, you've got McDonald's on your left, take a left at McDonald's, and then on your right hand side is the Neon Paphos Mall. In there you've got the Home Centre DIY, you've got a clothes shop from France, like a budget brand, and it's called Kenobi. Very good jeans for around 20 euros, t-shirts 5-6 euros. So very good quality, nothing fancy, but for the price, very good. And in there you've also got a coffee shop, and then right at the back you've got the CETA main office for Paphos. So you can go in there, choose a mobile phone, choose a contract, and of course hook up your landline, your internet, and of course go and pay a bill if you are not that internet savvy, or if you don't wish to do it on the internet. I just go in and pay the bill in cash. It's just easy. So we're going to take a left. That's Kennedy Square and the Old Town in front of us, and we are going to start our ascent down to the Paphos Mall and the Paphos Mall roundabout, and that will be the start of the Tomb of the Kings area. This road is almost finished. This area has had a new road, new infrastructure put in, new park put on the left hand side. Obviously the businesses around it have suffered and most of them have closed down, but let's hope that most of them come kicking back into life very, very soon. This road's waiting for its final coat of tarmac, and let's hope that they do it very, very soon indeed. There was a chap called Mr. Roger the other night that commented that the roads in and around Paphos are absolutely terrible. It's like a building site, and to be honest, he's right, it is. There's a lot of infrastructure projects going on, there's a lot of building going on, and unfortunately it's all colliding together at the same time, so it's very, very inconvenient. But hopefully when it's all done, hopefully Paphos will be that little bit better than it was before, and hopefully it will come back and take its crown as being one of the best holiday resorts in the Mediterranean area. If you're looking for, well, a blue sky, a blue sea and a great suntan, friendly people, good food at a fair price during the summer months, and of course our summer does run quite long, so from around about middle of April all the way out till the end of September. So if you're looking for a special place to come, Paphos probably should be at the top of your list. Alpha Mega Supermarket, that's coming up on the left hand side, one of the best supermarkets in Paphos. And just down yonder here you've got a bowling alley called the Cosmic Bowling. You've got Sun Tower, which is a furniture shop and a DIY place, and then just down here on our left we have got the Begonia Garden Centre, which has quite a nice cafe. And now on our right hand side is the Paphos Mall. This is the Paphos Mall roundabout, which means that this is the start of the Tomb of the Kings road. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you like what you see, why not come back for a little bit more of my madness. See you in the next one very, very soon.